Hey everybody, welcome back to Guesswork Garage. We're going to be back on the F250 again today. Hopefully we're going to get it running. We were able to resolve some small problems. It now has a fuel delivery system off of a Chinese fire drill. No, not what I meant. Chinese fuel pump, which goes directly to the carburetor. And then we'll have to work out whatever's going on with the mechanical pump. I think the diaphragm in it's bad. And if that's the case, we'll just buy a new one because they're like 30 bucks. Not a new diaphragm, a whole new pump. They're not very expensive. Don't let your parents fool you into thinking keeping old cars running is expensive. They're lying to you. All right, so you guys might notice you're at a very strange angle, kind of looking in this general area. Can you see here? In that angle. If we gotta adjust it, we can. Yeah.
Now we can.
You can see the pulleys and shit? For the most part? Because we can adjust this so it's on that side and looking down and over the battery, if that'd help. Okay, so I had to check my microphone. First things first, put your gasoline in an EPA certified jug, something like this. Yeah, it's 100% recycled plastic. They should be happy. So, this is a good gas tank. Those ones that the government's selling you now, fucking dog shit. Whoops. Ignore that. That was my fault, not the container's fault. So I don't have the fucking material to do it, or I just zip a hole right in the top of this and feed the line through. You know what? I may, in fact, have it. Mayhaps I do.
Mayhaps.
Mayhaps. Jackass. That's... Yeah, okay, Shakespeare. Can't believe that fucking spilled like that. Alright, so now that we have our OSHA-approved gas can that's held together by a rubber band and a hair tie, let's see about getting this thing in time. So here's the thing, right? I'm dumb, and I usually have a camera person because I'm dumb, because I'll forget to hit record. I forgot to hit record. But we're still not done. Luckily, I noticed it soon enough because my sister was nice enough to say, hey, I couldn't get the password on the phone. Did you hit record? What? Yeah, so we're recording now. And we're just going to record through, and somebody's going to have a lot of editing to do. Sorry, but it's the only way that it can get done, or I'll just forget to hit record. You have any idea how many of these videos that I should have shot that I just forgot to record because I was too busy working? About 8. About fucking 8. I did it again. You're not allowed to swear. But look, I can't help it. He's fucked like a cum. So let's get this thing spinned around. Get her settled in. Don't you fall. You almost fell. I was talking to the camera when I said don't fall, but I suppose it also goes for you too. You're just gonna... Can you chill there for a minute while we record the timing? I hope so. Okay. Hey, since you kind of know what you're doing, or at least seem to, did you want to try and see what you can get out of it?
Yeah, what?
The timing.
Oh, you mean you want me to use the timing light?
Well, You seem like you know what you're doing. Well, here, just so that you can see it. Hold it here.
See?
Stand on the tire.
Of course. How else am I going to see?
And just hold it at the fan, or at the not at the fan, at the horn, so you don't hit the fan. You are not shit. Don't hit the fan. Can you see it? Ow, god damn it. You see the lines? What's it telling you?
Yeah, I thought you were about 10 on left. But I would say to the right because we turned it to the left.
Runs a tiny bit rough. Did that put it about 10 degrees up?
Yeah.
Too far. It doesn't like that.
I can see it on here.
Sounds a tiny bit more healthy.
It is literally just below the white line is. Like, I would say barely moving it. Nope, other way.
I'll move it the other way?
Yeah, stop.
You're saying right there's 0?
Okay.
Okay, I think it needs to be advanced a couple degrees. I think that way is retarded, and that way is advanced.
Okay.
Because you can hear the engine pick up.
Yeah, but
It starts to sound a little happier right there. All right, bitch.
you can shut it off so that the valve's out of place.
Huh?
Because it's not moving.
I don't figure it moved very far, but that sounded happier and it wasn't coughing. I'll adjust this.
I took the fuel pump thing yesterday.
All right, cool. So the fuel pump's unplugged?
Yeah.
Stellar. Okay, so, well, it appears to be in time, but it's still, if you open the throttle up, it still wants to die. At first, if you're gentle on the throttle, it keeps going, but if you open it up really suddenly, it just doesn't like it. Which might be, I don't know, might be a carb mixture issue, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I mean, your carb is on.
Carb is what?
It could be.
Because it's got front mixture screws. I could mess with those a little bit. The timing appears to be correct. Let's get that bitch tightened down. Stop falling over. All right, listen, you freaking hussy. There we go. All right, we'll get that tightened up. It should be this guy right here. That's most definitely not the correct way. It's also possible with the vacuum advance hooked in that it'll even out too. I don't really know how much, but we'll see.
Is it not hooked up?
No, you're not supposed to hook it up when you're timing.
No, but you're supposed to plug the line.
The line is plugged. Yep. It's plugged with a nail. A nail that would have otherwise gone into my tire. Look at me thinking. Doing things. My mom and dad would be proud, except for they're not. It's fine. I'm not proud of me either. What? Yeah.
I have to edit out the whole you just almost hit your fucking head again.
You almost knocked me out. That would have been one of those whack, and it's like, ah, damn it, Patricia.
It wasn't me, it was Patricia.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was Patricia. It's funny because that's my grandma's name.
But I'm afraid it would make Mom mad.
Let her be mad. Do her some good.
Her after my pitter patter at work.
Your pitter patter at work.
Yeah, Pat Bishop. She died, but I loved her.
Oh, was she one of the ones that I took you to the funeral for?
No, I went to
Ouch!
Dick and Bev's funeral.
A Dick and what?
Dick and Bev.
Oh.
Husband and wife.
Oh, the thought I.
No, Pat's son's a dick bag, and so he didn't have a funeral for her.
Wow, what a piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't even know honestly if he claimed her body, but I have to wait until April of next year, and if it's not claimed, I can claim her.
That's a long fucking time.
I know.
I hope they're keeping her on ice. It's been pretty hot this summer.
Oh, she definitely got cremated. I just don't know if he ever picked her up.
That's pretty messed up.
Yeah, honestly, fuck that guy.
I'll have to read the thing for the mixtures and whatnot, but if I'm correct, I should be able to run those all the way in and then back them out slowly to adjust my mixture. If I remember correctly. So that'll be on the list. This thing definitely needs a fuel pump. But I gotta get under there and put the lines back in the right order again and then see if it dumps fuel on the ground when you turn the key. If it does, terrific. Fuel pump works. Well, that's not good.
Really not good.
This was an AC truck. Hang on a second. Let me grab this from you. Okay. You see how down there there's that extra pulley and that extra bit right there? The extra idler pulley right there? Mm-hmm. That doesn't make any sense that you pointed out earlier?
Yeah.
If you look right back there in the corner next to the hood, there's an AC valve.
Yes.
There's two of them. This truck had fucking air conditioning from the factory in the 60s.
That's fancy.
Fucking luxury. Who were you, original owner, and why were you pimping so big? Anyway, so I might actually have to look up who the original owner of this was. But I'm thinking that this right here, all this rust and whatnot, you guys are probably wondering how I'm reaching this, right? It's because I have a step ladder. I am very short. I can ordinarily not reach that at all. But I think that because of this, I'm going to put hood pins on each corner and just get rid of this, because I can only imagine this thing catfishing at high speed and deciding to just eviscerate this.
Oh, yeah.
I can fold license plates over this. I think that'd go with the look of the truck, don't you?
Yeah. I think that would be nice to have the license plates up here.
Also, hey, show off your tattoo. Oh. Isn't that bitchin'? Who did your
Red Tree Tattoo in Columbus, Ohio. Corey Wasmond.
Did I show you my tattoo? I have a John Cena tattoo on my forearm.
Imagine being stupid.
So while we wait on doing more stuff to this, we're going to sort out what's in here because I never got around to it. So we got a headlight bezel that's got silicone all over it.
Bezel sounds like such a...
It does. That's my air cleaner.
Is that the name of one of the characters in Great Mouse Detective?
That's Basil.
Basil. Close enough for government work.
Hey. What's your therapist going to think about that?
Bitch can mind her own business.
That's what I think.
Power steering repair kit.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, you do.
That's mint.
A handle?
I don't.
Assortment of gloves. I've had some better day.
Those can go on the ground, which is kind of like the trash. Oh, be careful. That thing's spring-loaded. That'll whack you right in the noodle.
I will cuss.
It'll fucking whack you. It'll whack you in the noodle and turn you into a mashed potato. Yeah, it goes in there. It's got to be cleaned up and stuff. It's really nice, though.
It's very nice. I like that.
But I don't have the factory glove box itself. The glove box is missing. But I have the glove box cover. I'm sure I can do something with that.
I can't reach the other stuff. I'm short. Oh.
You have a ladder.
Yeah, it's all the way over there.
We could go to the other side and see if we can reach it. It opens on the other side, too.
Somebody used it as a lunchbox. Oh, look.
Yep, that's something I pulled out the first time I went through the car.
Oh, there's not really anything in the side. Is it fucking spiders?
Spoilers. There's spoilers in here. Oh gosh, there is. There's a tray in there too that I should. Oh, my finger was in the way. There's a tray in there too that I should get. There's also this. I don't know. I don't think it goes to this. Corzan. Oh, wait. I'm a genius. Open the other side. Now the tray should be right in front of your face. Yeah.
Holy shit, it's fuel line.
Holy fuel at shit line. I'm pretty sure this was what they used for a fuel jug. Seems legit. Definitely use that again. What you got in there? A sponge. What's inside of the sponge? Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. What'd you say it smelled like?
It smells like pepperoni in here. It smells like somebody used it for a lunchbox.
A big fucking lunchbox.
Maybe they were really hungry.
Not just a charcuterie, a char 2 or 3-dery.
Basically, yeah. Good old pair of Westcott scissors.
All right. They match the interior of the truck, kind of.
Are you missing that?
That is most definitely a trim panel. Where the fuck do you go? Deal with it later.
Are you missing this?
Yeah, I'm definitely missing that. That's for the front end.
And a box that had 2 sponges in it.
What the fuck are the sponges for?
They have line in them, so you can like slide them around something, but I'm not sure.
Ow! Well, that's fancy. I have no idea what I'd ever use that for.
Somebody tell us what the sponges are for.
Yeah, please. Somebody tell us, what are the sponges for? Fuel line.
I'm sure they're important though. We'll keep them.
Yeah, they'll just go in the box and we'll get around to it eventually. There's Donkey. We're going to do some rust repair on him eventually. Instruction manual. That's not important. On to the next thing. Check out the original 1969 Ohio plate that I got. Edelbrock air cleaner. Using air compressor to clean it so we can air clean the air cleaner. Huh? Huh? No? All right. So here we are, an unknown number of days later. I don't remember what we were doing. Don't have the smallest idea. Got promoted at work, though. Now I have arrows that point to the problem. Anyway, let's get to it. So, before we had thought that the old fuel pump, which is down there, right there, we thought it might be like completely just screwed up and just not working anymore. But a couple days ago, we decided to try to idle it just to see, you know, keep the cobwebs out of it for a couple days, and it started spraying fuel out of that pump. Now there was nothing hooked up to it, so it was dragging in air and blowing out what fuel was in the pump itself, which leads us to believe that maybe, just maybe, that pump is not actually bad, but if it is, it's a $43 part and it can be here in 2 days. So we're going to test that real quick. Yeah, we have an electric pump over there that we did the initial running with, but to be quite honest, I don't really want to run this thing on an electric pump if I don't have to. I really would rather just stick with the mechanical pump. I like them a lot better. And that also means that can go on the next vehicle that we save, or that has the misfortune of showing up in my driveway, depending on how you look at it. And that is far more helpful doing that than what it is trying to figure out the wiring and where I'm going to put the wires to and all this other stuff. A nightmare. What?
Nightmare.
Oh, yeah. Nightmare. So let's see if this thing turns over today. The other day, I think the battery died on it, so we've had it on a charger for a couple days on boil mode. We'll see what happens. You want to keep an eye on that pump? Well. Well.
It squirted in the face.
To be fair with any of the other girls, he never complained about it. Anyway, all right, cool. So we're going to set that thing up. And we might be running this thing off a factory fuel pump. That's pretty damn cool. I did not expect that. Something went right today. Work's going to go terribly. Oh! It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not going to be fine.
It'll be fine. And if not, you can just...
It's going to be fine right up until it isn't. All right. Let's get that pump wired. Oh. All right, we got this on. So, motherfucker. It could be raining titties and I'd catch a dick in the face if I looked up. Fuck! Can you grab that?
Yeah.
Alright, so now that I've dropped something, maybe things will go correctly. Just stabbed myself in the thumb. I spoke too soon. Alright, so the plan is for this to just be temporary. Because I don't like where it's sitting. I mean, I could run it on that side of the thing, or under it, or around it, but this is supposed to be temporary, folks. Supposed to be.
If it works, it works.
But if it works, I might not change it. All right, we're gonna get that hooked up to the fuel pump, and we're gonna see if this thing will run off of its own fuel supply for the first time in who knows how long. Like I said from the beginning, the guy that had it claimed that it was run a year ago to run some mulch and stuff, but, well, for one, he cleaned it awful good for it having, had mulch in it, but for two, it was last tagged in 2016, and there's a lot of moss on this thing. So, I mean, maybe. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that it just seems unlikely. But far be it for me to call anybody a liar. Anyway, let's get that hooked up. All right, now that that's hooked up, I guess we're gonna see if it'll actually push enough fuel to start. If I can find the key. Huh? I got it. You ready? What's going on?
It's dripping from the line.
Dripping from the line where?
Where the fuel filter is out of the correct.
You didn't tighten it up?
No. Up top. Fuel filter.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, yeah, I tightened that as much as I could.
It's still recording.
It's leaking from the bottom one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you turn it the right way and don't make a big mess.
I'm turning it the right way. I know. Because right is tight.
Yeah.
And left is a mess.
I was gonna say, you're gonna have to have it tighter than that. I ain't got no brake cleaner, nothing to dispel that neither. Oh, hey, big problem. We're fucking pouring fuel.
From fucking where?
I don't fucking know. It looks like your fitting was not on right.
But it is.
No, it ain't on tight enough.
It's as tight as it'll go. Okay. Hand me the, No.
This?
Yes.
How tight is the bend into that? Probably too tight. God fucking damn it. So y'all know how you've had that condom in your wallet for fucking ever, thinking either you're gonna get lucky or that you're gonna find somebody scazzy enough to decide you're gonna use it on. Well, you might want to double check it, because this here rubber is from 06, and it cracked under pressure and it started leaking. What you guys didn't get to see, well, first you saw her get doused with fuel, maybe. I don't know if that recorded or not. But then right after that, we decided we were going to pull the line off and try going a different route on the line. And it had enough pressure on it that it just absolutely shotgunned the whole inside of the engine bay. And I think we're just done for today. I'll just have to finish it off tomorrow, because I'm running out of time before I got to go to work, and now I smell like gasoline. And ordinarily. I don't know how much of a problem I'd have in it, but since I'm, using a company cruiser, I'd rather the inside of the vehicle not smell like gasoline. I'm sure that my coworkers would appreciate that too. So yeah, wow, what a disaster. Well, we know the fuel pump creates a lot of pressure, and we know that because when I pulled it off, it
shot off like a rocket.
Everywhere. It just, oh boy. I got it on my face, on my arms, on my hands, all over the recording phone.
I've got a lot of cleaning this stuff up to do.
Holy shit. But that does tell us that, that maybe this is another part that it's like, well, this line's from like 06. Okay. We'll go grab ourselves some rubber 3/8 line and run it direct. Probably a bad idea. Probably run it and then cut it somewhere up here and put the fuel filter on it, just so that we can see, if the gasoline is got gunk in it. So far, I mean, it's
just varnish.
It's got a little varnish to it, but it isn't that bad. It's not enough to completely wreck the carb, I don't think. It's just an uphill fucking fight. Never the one to give up when I get all the indications that I should. I went ahead and had B reroute this line up to this. Now this is all new line. This right here, this is all brand new. But the stuff that's at the carburetor is old. And it might leak under pressure, but I don't see that happening since it was running a steady 3 pounds just a couple of days ago. We're going to see if we can get it to build enough pressure to actually start and run. And if it can build enough pressure to start and run, we might try to chance maybe a possible first drive if we can get things to go good enough. We'll just have to see. So, all right, well, let's see if this thing will start. So I gave it a little bit of fuel direct so I don't have to work the starter as much. We'll see what happens. You ready? Here we go. Check and make sure it's not leaking fuel direct down.
It is not.
Is it actually idling off its own fuel supply now? I don't see any fuel coming through the fuel filter.
None is. So, what's happening?
It's running without gas.
How?
I don't know, but it's not pushing any fuel into the fuel filter.
Nope. Wait. It might be. I see trickles.
I wouldn't think that would be enough, but maybe it is.
That's what it looks like. You'll have to look at it to understand it.
Well,
So what are we going to go do?
we're going to get some of this stuff off of here, and I'm going to see if it'll move forward and backwards. All right, we're going to see if this thing will actually roll. Clutch feels good. Brakes don't work, I don't think. Brakes work. I I do believe we have a working vehicle. Don't you make a liar out of me right now. All right, so we're going to take and we're going to try to get a little more fuel into this thing. I'm probably going to have to go and get another can of gas tomorrow and really actually put the time and effort into doing a little bit more tuning. But for right now, we're going to see if this thing will actually drive. Because like I said, it hasn't been driven and we have no idea how long. The guy said it was driven last year, but the tags were from 2016. It's absolutely covered in moss and stuff. It might have not been driven for 10 years. It might have been driven yesterday. We have no idea. Well, if it was driven yesterday, I'd like to know about it because it wasn't running right then. And if somebody magically, you know, if one of these magic homeless crackheads happened to walk through here with a super wrench and just turned the thing and boom, took off for a drive, I'd like to know about it because I'd like to know if my vehicle was used in a crime. Again, that's for another time. All right, let's get this thing buttoned up and we're going to take it for its first drive. All right, well, we know it runs on its own power and the gearbox seems to work. The brakes, probably. I mean, to be fair, the Dodge has a leak somewhere in the master cylinder and takes about 8 to 365 business years to stop. It still stops. None of those whiskey dents on it are for me, so be conscientious about the fact that your equipment is old and it could fail at any minute, just like your grandpa's heart. So go spend time with your grandparents, please. I mean, like, for real, just not caricature bullshit or any of that kind of stuff. Seriously, spend the time that you have now with them because all too soon they will be gone. And for me, I had 30 years with mine and they treated me fantastic. And 30 years wasn't nearly long enough. So anyway, on to happier things. We're going to see if we can get this thing to go around the block. I do know of one other problem that it has, and we're going to see how much it affects. Is it freaking raining?
It's pissing. Spitting, whichever you want to call it.
You know, when I was younger, I used to think every time it rained when I was outside, because it was always when I had something that I was being forced to do that I didn't want to, it was the angels lining up to piss on me. And given how my life has gone so far, I don't know how much that is a hyperbole. And there's a Catholic church right there, so maybe it's for them. They still have some bugs to work out. Just have a very high idle. Now, the previous owner did say that this thing had some issues with power steering, i.e. the power steering pump seals are completely gone. Definitely feels like it. It doesn't... The 67 I had was kind of a bear to turn sometimes, but this thing is like really a bear. Holy cow. Granny gear, where you get all your torque in one gear. There's always somebody wandering in the road. There's no way you don't hear this thing coming.
Yeah, headphones in.
Uh-oh. Oh. It really doesn't turn worth a fuck. Like,
So, power steering pump needs to be replaced.
not replaced, just fixed. But it's like, it just does not want to steer. I can't believe this is going to take a 3-point turn to get out of this freaking cul-de-sac. That's wild.
Well, we'll have to fix the power steering pump.
It just feels like those of you that have driven something without power steering know that without momentum, it is an absolute bear to steer, but it's doable, right?
Work those arm muscles.
You're working the fuck out of the pectoral and arm muscles. This thing, though, it don't matter how much you're really shoving it to get it around this corner. All right, let's get this thing back to the driveway and start thinking about what we're going to do next, because as it sits, this thing isn't really very dailyable, and it needs to be within a couple days. So, all right, on to the next thing. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. We're going to have to get a power steering pump seal kit. I know I have one that's in the back. It's a Motorcraft one, but I don't know how long it's been sitting. This truck, like I said, was last tagged in 2016. It could have been purchased then with the full intent on eventually replacing it, and they never got around to it. Or, I mean, it could be from longer ago than that. I have no idea. But that's going to have to be fixed. I'll probably get some power steering fluid, some help me turn juice, dump it in it, and see if maybe the system kind of comes back to life and gives me an indication of what it's going to do. But that wheel and that column, I don't think are correct to the truck. The wheel is way too low. It's like right on top of your legs. And like for an airbag wheel, yeah, I mean, having it here would be fine. But with no power steering and no airbag, you might as well have the wheel as up as you can get it, so you've got the full extent of the use of your arms to steer it. I don't know why it would be like that unless it's an aftermarket thing, or if maybe the column got peeled and the guy had to replace the steering wheel. I don't know. But at any rate, that's going to do it for me. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed in the last month. We're up to 64, I think was the last I looked at. So we're making some climbs. 66. So 66, still making climbs, and I really appreciate everybody that has subscribed so far. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have the day you deserve. Take care.